Hi everyone and welcome back to Yana's English Academy. Today we're going to explore 10 very common English words, the kind you probably use every day, but with some surprising advanced meanings that you might not know yet. Knowing these extra meanings will help you understand native speakers better and sound more natural in your conversations. So, let's jump right in. Let's start with the word set. A simple word, right? Usually, it means to put something somewhere, like she set the place on the table. Easy. But set is actually much more flexible. So when we say something is starting to set, we mean it's becoming firm or solid like jelly. The jelly needs time to set, for example. And if you watch movies or plays, the place where the scenes happen is called the set. The actors arrived on the movie set early. Next up is pitch. You probably know this as the sports field, especially in British English. For example, the football pitch was wet. But here's where it gets interesting. To pitch an idea means to present or sell it like in business. She pitched her startup to investors. And don't forget, pitch also means to throw a ball, as in he pitched the ball fast. Plus, it can mean setting the level or tone of something, like the teacher pitched the lesson at a beginner level. Pretty cool, right? Let's keep going. Our third word is match. Most people think of it as that little stick you use to light a fire. Light the candle with a match. But even beyond that, match means to be similar or go well together, as in her shoes match her dress perfectly. It can also mean being equal to someone or something. For example, he couldn't match her skills. So this small word carries a lot of meaning. Now on to strike. The first meaning is to hit. He struck the ball hard. But it also refers to workers stopping work to demand better pay or conditions. The workers went on strike. Plus, if you strike gold, you find something valuable suddenly. They struck gold while digging. And when something strikes a chord, it means it makes an emotional impact. Her words struck a chord with the audience. So it's quite a range of meanings for one word. Now let's look at the word draft. The basic meaning is a preliminary version of a document or plan. Like, I wrote the first draft of my essay. But draft also has some cool advanced meanings. It means to select someone for a team or military service. For example, he was drafted into the army last year. And it can mean a current of air, like when you feel a cold breeze. There's a draft coming through the window. So, one word can be a rough version, a selection process, or even a gust of air. Pretty neat, right? Next is seal. As a noun, it's a sea animal. We saw a seal at the zoo. But as a verb, to seal means to close something tightly or officially, as in they sealed the envelope. It can also mean to finalize an agreement. The deal was sealed yesterday. See how everyday words can surprise you? Now it's time to talk about charge. First, it means to ask for money. The store charges $5 for delivery. But it also means a formal legal accusation. He faced charges. On top of that, to charge can mean to rush forward aggressively. The soldiers charged at dawn. And if someone is in charge, they are responsible for something. She's in charge of the project. So it's a very powerful word. Now, number 8 is press. So this word usually means to push something, as in press the button, right? But it also means to iron clothes. She pressed her shirt means she ironed her shirt. Word number 9 is rock. You know it as a stone. There is a big rock outside, for example. But did you know that to rock can also mean to move gently, as in she rocked the baby to sleep, right? And it means to be great or impressive. That band rocks. So it's a very versatile word. Finally, check. The basic meaning is to look at something carefully. Check your answers, for example. But in sports, to check means to stop or slow an opponent. For example, the defender checked the attacker, means the defender slowed the attacker, slowed him down, right? So, those are 10 simple words with surprisingly rich meanings. Now, to help you remember, let's try a little story quiz. Imagine you're part of a small startup company. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks with the words we just learned. Don't worry, I'll give you the answers and explain each one. Here is the quiz story. Yesterday, Sarah, her new business idea, to a group of investors. She was nervous but confident because she had practiced a lot. The investors seemed interested, but the negotiations took a long time. After hours of talking, they finally, the contract, and agreed on the terms. However, not everything was smooth at the office. The workers were unhappy with their pay, so they decided to go on. This caused a bit of chaos because many projects were delayed. Meanwhile, Sarah asked her assistant to check all the documents carefully before sending them out to avoid any mistakes. She knew accuracy was important. Later that day, Sarah noticed her main competitor's product was really good. She just couldn't its quality. It was a tough match. To relax, Sarah took a break in the conference room, which happened to be right next to the big football. Through the slightly open window, a cold came in, making the room chilly. At the same time, Sarah's colleague was in of managing the new marketing campaign and had to make sure everything went perfectly. As the evening came, Sarah was tired, but still had to write the first of a new proposal for another project. It wasn't easy starting from scratch. Before leaving, she noticed the secretary had already all the important papers, folding them neatly. Sarah finally went home, feeling hopeful, but knowing the next day would be busy. Now let's break down the answers together. So number 1 is pitched. Sarah pitched her idea, meaning she presented or promoted it. 2 is sealed. They sealed the contract, meaning they finalized the agreement officially. Number 3 is strike. The workers went on strike, stopping work to protest. Number 4, match. She couldn't match the competitor's product quality, meaning be equal to it. Answer 5 is pitch. The football pitch is the sports field next to the room. Number 6 is draft. The cold draft is the current of cold air from the window. 7, charge. The colleague was in charge of the campaign, meaning responsible for it. Number 8 is again draft. Sarah wrote the first draft, which is a preliminary version of the proposal. You remember that, right? Number 9, pressed. The papers were pressed, meaning folded or ironed neatly, but in this case, of course, in this context, it means folded. Great job! If you got most of those right. These simple words can really open up your English skills once you know their advanced meanings. If you enjoyed this lesson, please hit that like button and subscribe for more helpful tips. And hey, if you want more helpful and extremely fun educational videos, you can find plenty of them right here on my channel. So stick around, explore, and keep learning in the most enjoyable way possible. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!